I've already showed you my lighting setup, I think 1 or 2 years ago, but that was in my old studio, and this of course is my new studio. And even though my setup hasn't changed that much, there's one thing that has changed, and it drastically improved the end result, like night and day difference. So let me show you my setup again so that you too can go from something that looks super crappy like this to this. Looks a lot better, right? Now, how much does my setup cost here? Well, not that much actually, because I love budget gear. So I think you could get my entire setup here for, I don't know, $250 US, maybe even a bit less if you can find some cheaper options for the lights that I have here. Okay, so let's start with the key light. It's still the Godox SL60W at an angle, 45 degrees and as close to my face as possible, without it being in the frame of course. It also has a 120cm softbox and a grid to avoid spilling light onto the background. And I'll link all the gear that I have here in the description. Right now, the output of the key light is set to 15%, so you really don't need much. The secret to nice lighting is that huge softbox. That makes all the difference. And, well, that's it in front of me. Now, behind me, there's a lot more going on. First of all, back there is the rim light to light this side of my face and my rim light. I don't like that word. What is that? It puts weird images in my head. Like, you know, where has that light been? I don't know. Hair light. I'm gonna call it a hair light from now on. Yeah, that makes me feel a lot better. It's probably just me. I'm not well in here. Sometimes it's like, maybe I need help. Okay, so the hair light lights this side of my face and my shoulder. And again, you just need a little bit. Right now, it's set at 6% output, and it creates a little bit more separation between me and the background. It's an Amaran P60X LED panel with a small softbox and a grid. It was a gift. I didn't buy that light myself. It doesn't have to be an Amaran. You could easily find something a lot cheaper than that to do the same job. No problem. The only thing you have to look out for is that, you know, if you don't put it back far enough, it will create a little hot spot on your nose and at the edge of your eye here. And sometimes, well, if you're a perfectionist like me, you know, it could bother you. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know. Is it here? Like on my nose now, this little... Do you see that little thingy here? I don't know. It's difficult to see on the monitor. Yeah, I think... Anyway, put it back far enough or you might get some hot spots. Wow, it's super hot here, guys. Do you see me sweat? Is it disgusting? I can feel myself sweat. Whew. Anyway, we're gonna finish this video. So, what else is happening in the background? Well, there's the lightning bolt logo, of course, and then a white light on the other side, but they're just practical lights to make the background a bit more interesting. You could use whatever you want there. Whatever you like, whatever looks good to you. And then behind me here on the floor are two LED lights. A super cheap LED panel lighting the wall, and then a smaller LED light to light the gear wall. Right here, because if I don't light that wall, then the gear wall looks like a black hole. Wait, I'll show you. There, see? Now it's a little bit like, I don't know. Well, it gets a little bit of light from the white light in the background there, but I still like it better with the extra light. There. Now, like I said, not much has changed compared to the setup in my old studio, but there's one thing that has changed, and it makes all the difference. It's the color of the wall in the background. In my old studio, it was white, and a white wall looks great, just like that, but in my opinion, if you start using colored lights, it's a bit too much when the wall is white. I don't know. This is what it looked like in my old studio. And in my new studio here, I painted the walls gray. It's not a neutral gray, it's like gray with a hint of blue, so a cool kind of gray. But I don't know, I think it looks great no matter what color lights you use. Right now, there's a piece of blue plastic in front of the LED panel, making the background slightly more blue, but not super blue like it was in my old studio. It's a bit more subtle, and I like that. But even if I remove that piece of plastic, it looks great. Wait, maybe it's a bit too bright now? Yeah, that's a bit too bright. Wait, something like this maybe? Looks great. So if you're thinking about painting your studio and you want the same look like what I have here, you're gonna have to paint them gray. And I'll tell you the exact color even. It's paint from Sherwin-Williams and the color is called Granite Peak, and this is the number. So if you Google it, you can probably find the exact same color from other brands. And that's it. So if you like the look of my studio, the lighting, now you can get the exact same result. If you don't like it, why are you still here watching this video? And as always, if you have questions, just drop them in the comments. I'll try to answer them. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.